Welcome everybody to the Broken Wing Racing League. This is the Broken Wing Le Mans series, the Endurance series, Season 2, Round 3 here at Watkins, Glen. And we're just looking on board with a bunch of drivers who've crashed out or not crashed out. As always, the GT3 field is pretty hefty. There's 18 drivers in the GT3 field, and 10 in the LMP2s and 8 in the GTPs. Going over the GTPs, looks like Zoom Zoom Racing is leading right now, just ahead by 22 points over Hyperion Racing 5, and Hyperion Racing 7 is in third place, followed by Little Lugnuts and Arcadian Motorsport. And that's the top 5. LMP2s, Hyperion Racing 6 in first, Hyperion Racing 9 in second, Twin Turn Sim Racing with Low Key Racing in third, Stratos Motorsports 401 in number 4, and Hyperion Racing 10 in the 5th spot. The GT Pros has Valhalla Motorsports in first, the 212 Racing of the number 12 car in second, the 212 Racing in the number 21 car, and third, Valhalla Motorsports Sphere in 4, and Valhalla Motorsports Fior in 5. Followed by the Gentleman's Cup of Darkwing Racing in first place, Echelon Simsport GT3 AM in second, Solitude Racing in third, Four Loco Racing USA in fourth, and Das Yeehaw Racing in 5. 5 minutes left in practice. We will get started shortly. Looks like there might have been some some drama at the start of the field. I don't have any data recorded on behalf of what may or may not have transpired on the race. I've only been watching last little bit here. All to say is we'll just start out with the timings. The GTPs are rounding out in the 130s at best of Christopher Chitterling and the Little Lugnuts, followed by Prosciutto Punch Racing and Mark Foley in the 131.8 range. It's not too bad for the GTPs, followed by the LMP2s of the 212 Racing and 212 Powell Casca with a 135.3. And then down into P8, Match Set Racing of Callum Farley with the 137.9. So not too far off from P1. A couple seconds there. But overall pretty good. Then we go over to the Valhalla Motorsports of Matt Benson. He's not on track. But we'll go over to Park Santa Cruz here. Matt Benson and Valhalla Motorsports is in P1 with a 144.160. Park Santa Cruz is actually right behind him. Not 100th, not 1,000. What is it? 100,000 of a second. A 007 as it is. 0.007 off from Matt Benson's time. That's pretty quick. Considering I think Matt Benson is in an Acura, and yes, we have Parks in the Porsche. Jeff Koffold is in third with a 144.2, followed by our last. Actually, let's go and start the first here. First was a 144.1, and last is Solitude Racing with a 146.5. Not too far off. 2 seconds, 2.4. But ultimately, the 145 is the only 146 is the only 146, as the other ones are in the 144s or the 145s. Four Local Racing seems to be in the 144s there. For Sour Apple, Black, USA. Did they get a new one? I don't remember Black being one. Green Apple. Oh, Sour Grape. Alright, yeah, so we have some more Four Loco Racing drivers that have joined us. New ones, I would say, because I don't remember seeing Black before. Yes. Maybe that is the case. Well, that said, we have now 18 fully GT3s, 10 LMP2s, and the 8 GTPs. Black and Peach should be making their debut this race. Well, I don't see Peach. We got 1 minute 34 seconds before qualifying starts, so they still got time to join. You could even join her in qualifying, but yeah, unless they're in a different class, and I'm not seeing it just yet, and I haven't read them off. Match Set Racing of Callum Farley is definitely new. Payday Racing Purple of R. Chase Berry, I think is new. I don't think I've seen that one before. Nope. They were here. Payday Racing Purple was here last time. It's been a week. It's been 2 weeks. What do you want? Every other week. In 2 weeks. I'm supposed to keep track of all these people. Low Key Racing is not the same as Low Key Racing Twin Turn Sim Racing, is it? Ryan Miller? Yeah, it's not. Ryan Surlick and Ryan Miller II. Two different Low Key Racings. Well, one's Twin Turn Sim Racing with Low Key Racing. Anyway, Team First Class Racing of Austin McGill, who's in the pits. Looks like his livery is not working. I'll do one quick refresh. Some people said that they got their stuff to work. I'll take a gander at that. As I can deduce here, though, Twin First Class Racing was here both sessions. I did not remember that team name then. And that is a negative. Alright, and we're back. Right now we have drivers out there on track. Let's take a look at who's the first one out there, and it looks like it's going to be Matt Benson of Valhalla Motorsports, who is leading the GT3 Pro Championship. Any extra drivers here and totally seen. Don't know if we lost, but we definitely have some drivers not standing right now. We have 4 teams in the GTPs that have not shown up, or 4 teams that didn't show up for round 2, and it looks like they're not here for round 3. And also, some of the 20 that registered, only 8 are here. So I'd say another 6 didn't show up in that registered group. LMP2s, pretty much what we expect. LMP2s, there's 10 of them. There's 13 that registered. 2 of those teams in the LMP2s haven't even shown up for either race on round 1 or 2. Oh, not a commentator's curse, but yikes for Matt Benny. Goes straight into the pit lane to start all over again. And we will take a gander at who is going to take us across the line first. And I believe it is Tyler Tier. Yes, it is. Tyler Tier of PR Racing. First driver out on a hot lap. It's an AM class. Not unsurprising, though, the GT3 class seems to be in full force. Not sure if all the all the GT3 pros showed up. I think there's maybe 1 or 2 teams that didn't. But of the 8, 6 I believe are here, from what I'm looking at. And of that, oh wait, yeah, no, that's 7. 7 of the 8 of the GT3 pros. And I guess we have a time on the board. That was Echelon Sim Sport of GT3. Doesn't count. That was Jeff Koffel who set the fastest time. Now Parksdale Cruz crosses the line to take that top spot with the 143. Followed by Jeff, Richard Severa of Darkwing Racing in third. 212's Racing in the number 12 car. Dominic Ford in fourth. Echelon Sim Sport GT3 AM. Taylor Statham. Statham? I think it's Statham. I think that's what he said. It's in fifth. Overtaking Matt Piran, who was actually now is behind him in seventh. Tyler Tier goes into fifth. Thomas Smith in ninth. Jason Daly in now ninth, overtaking. And Matthew Wyckoff goes to fourth. Forrest Holland in 11th. For Local Racing of the USA, Peter Petrucci in 12th. That Nexus car that we saw early in the Buckies, Luke Scheffler in 13. We still have Edison Toole. For Local Racing Black is out there. Valhalla Motorsports and Matt Benson's out there. Is he closer? He is not. Jamie Jen. He's got the bus stop to go through. And Sour Grape also out there. For Local Racing Sour Grape, Christopher DK Hoyt. What can the driver of Edison Toole, new to the group, Jeff Koffel just goes fastest overall with that 142.9. For Local Racing of Black, Edison Toole goes in 11th. For Lucky Sour Grape, the Sour Apple has a little bit ways to go. But Matt Benson, a contender, a driver who's won before. What can he do here? That's going to be 4th position for him. 8th position. It said 4th on my book. Goes to P8 with that time, 143.9. It's got maybe 2 more attempts. Fully 2 more attempts to go. Nexus, Luke Scheffler went faster on that one, improved to 14th. This Ryan A. Phillips and the Sour Apple for Local Racing is in 10th now. Solitude Racing of Jamie Zhen just crosses the line and goes into 17th with that 146. Sour Grape of Christopher DK Hoyt, and he's in the first corner there, and he is gonna have to go again. He's got plenty of time for 2 laps, but no time on the board for him on that last one. Did he just hit the wall? Oof. Yes, he did. Unfortunate mistake for Christopher DK Hoyt. That is not going to be a fun one to deal with. Dominic Ford goes across the line to go 4th over Matthew Wyckoff. Richard Severa has improved to P3. Parks the Cruz still in 2nd. No improvement just yet out of him, but he's still pretty pointed. He just needs about 1/10 faster than Jeff Koffel here. Can he produce it? You know, that attempt. Parks de la Cruz does go faster. He goes almost a full 10 faster. So good news for him. Jeff Koffel did not improve on that last lap, so he's going again. Just behind him is Matthew Wyckoff, also going again. This is going to be their final attempt here. We got Echelon SimSport in the GT3 Pro, Matthew Piran, who did go faster than his GT3 AM counterpart, who's just ahead of him. The slipstream effect might be benefiting him a little bit. I'm not sure. Ooh, so that was not a great exit there. A little bit of a wiggle off the curbing there. Am I from Boston? Half the curbing. I don't even know if that's how they would say it. Ugh, we got some drivers off there. It's unfortunate. Who is that? Matt Benson, who's on an out lap. He's got plenty of time actually to go one more lap here. Nah, just the north side. Got jokes. Das Yeehaw Racing of Jason Daly. I don't think I've seen him on the board, but there he goes into P12. And For Loco Racing, Christopher DK Hoyt is in the pits. I think he's called it quits there. That's unfortunate for him. A battle from this back and all the way to the front is what he's got going on for him. Jeff Koffold, can he improve here? Is this going to be the lap that he needs to beat Parks de la Cruz? That was a 142.9. It's not quicker. And he does not go faster. Matthew Wyckoff no faster as well. And it is kind of over for them. Matt Benson's on his last run here. Tyler Tier also on that last run. Thomas Smith further up here. And weirdly, Peter Petrucci has a black flag. So I wonder how that is going to work out. You can see all those yellow and blue. Oh, no. No. Which one was that? I don't even know. That was Richard Severa. That Benson's off. I think he's done. No, not bad. One of those Valhallas is off. Looks like he's still going for it. Tyler Tier in the pits. I mean... Alright, so none of the GT3s that have went out for that final lap are actually doing anything on that final lap. They're just calling it. Don't know what to make of that. But here we go. Austin J. McGill of Team First Class Racing. I'm sure his livery looks nice, but, you know, if you don't register correctly with the team name and the livery that goes to the team itself, I think you have to do it not through trading paints. I'm not sure, but it seems like it's astrophysics to all the sim racers here to get it to work properly. So, that being said, Austin McGill is our first driver out there in the GTP class. Team First Class Racing is in 14th, and he's been to every race, mind you. He's one of the last drivers. 1 through 14 have showed up for every race. And then 15 to 20, not so much. They showed up for the first race, not the second race, or they didn't show up for the first race and showed up for the second race. Only Solo as a team name, and that team is not here in the GTP class, so... I said astrophysics. Physicist. Blast of the past. Physics. I said astrophysics, because physics is not that hard. Astrophysics is a little bit harder than that. That's why I was going for something that must be so complex that they can't figure out how the livery placement on their car works, and it shouldn't take more than like a 5-minute scenario for it to be placed onto the car and work properly. Hey, even take it to a testing session and make sure that you've quantifiably certifiably put that thing on the actual car, so when you get into a session and think, is it on or is it not? I don't know. You tell me. Doesn't look like it's on. Man, that Four Loko Racing Sour Apple Lamborghini Huracan GT3 Evo looks great tonight. The Sour Apple? You mean the one that didn't qualify? Oh, no, wait, that was the Sour Grape. The Apple is, Ryan A. Phillips. My bad, guys. Sorry, Four Loko team. Gio Gonzalez of the Hyperion Racing 9 team, already showing his stuff in the LMP2 class. He's in the middle of the GTPs, as are a lot of the other GTPs. 1 through 5 is, well, 1 through 5, 6 in the overall, are GTPs with one LMP2 who's in 4th position in the overall right there. And that is Gio Gonzalez. Followed by that is Ryan Serlich in 7th. Right in front of him is a GTP. They're doing similar times. 133.5, 133.1, and a 133.3 separate Ryan Serlich to Camden Craft, the GTP who's just behind him. That's a little interesting. Less yapping, more right pedal. Oh, look at that. Someone's showing thing. Austin J. McGill takes the fastest lap again. Trying to make sure no one can really step on the top spot from him. Mark Foley goes into 2nd over Rodrigo Theory. And then just gets demoted as Elliot Burton goes on by into 2nd position. Now these LMP2s are really finding themselves in a grid of their own as the GTPs are finally getting ahead of them. With the exception of Camden Craft Hyperion Racing 5. He's going on the outside line here. He's got the speed, and he's going to go ahead. As every other driver has now made the jump in front of the LMP2 class. Bar none, we have Zeki Kabani of the Barbecue Boys in the pits. Did he have a qualifying ban? I think the Barbecue Boys were a bit naughty on Fuji. But that being said, at least you can get a good look at their anime waifu. Maybe you can. They're moving the wheel, so maybe they want to go out. They got 4 minutes. I don't think they're going to be going out. But there it is. We got Payday Racing of Johnny Rapp, who is out there. No time on the board. This might be his time on the board. It's not an out lap for him. And Rodrigo Theory overtaking Mark Foley for that 3rd spot. Switching from, and it is over. Elliot Burton goes into 1st over Austin J. McGill, and Mark Foley, who lost the position to Rodrigo Theory, overtakes Rodrigo Theory on that last lap that he got overtaken. So it goes P3 to him. Now Hyperion Racing of Camden Craft in the number 5 Roman numeral car goes into 3rd. You must have heard me talking about him, because he was slower than the LMP2s. Now he's not. He's in 3rd. Willie Brennan, Hyperion Racing 6 in 2nd for the LMP2 class. Nobody's touched the top time for Gio Gonzalez at 134.3. Ryan Serlich in 3rd. Powell Casca in 4th. Ryan Miller the 2nd and 5th. Matt Scherf in 6th. Hyperion Racing 10. Callum Farley in 7th. Jason Chen, 0 days since last incident. I can believe it. That is a full-on student driver livery. Oh, that is scary. Payday Racing Purple is in the pits. They're not out just yet. Barbecue Boys still in the pits. They must have a qualifying ban. Why else would they still be sitting there? William Paisley, one of the last drivers in the GTP class, sitting there with that 130.9. All of these drivers in the 130s. It's just where are they at with the 10th scenario. The lowest you can get is a 130.3 out of Austin J. McGill. And bar none, Elliot Burton is the only driver in the 129s. Charles Whedon, Little Lugnuts, goes into 5th over Rodrigo Theory. As Camden Craft goes into 2nd over Austin J. McGill. And we still have a minute and 36 seconds left, and anything can happen. William Paisley crossed the line just then and went to 5th position, overtaking a few people. And there goes Match Set Racing of Callum. Oh no, that was Jason Chen. Sorry, Jason Chen, who got ahead in P7 over Match Set Racing Callum Farley. Payday Racing of Johnny Rapp went to 9th. He's still out there. R. Chase Berry of Payday Racing Purple still in the pit lane. Oh, Four Local Racing Peach, Stephen G. Parks, one of the drivers that was going to have his debut here with the Four Local Racing Black. Shout out to both those drivers, Edison Toole, Stephen G. Parks. Thank you for joining us, guys. And Payday Racing Purple, R. Chase Berry, he's been here before. And he's in the pit lane right now. Yeah, both Paydays showed up for the last one. Now we can just see what happened to these 20 GTPs that all are gone. We only have 8 of the 20. I can definitely see what happened to MoneyGram, Steak Kick, Visa, Petronas, Aramco, Red Bull, BWT Racing. They suck. They have no business being on the racetrack, and that's why they are not here with us. And Johnny Rapp doesn't go faster on that last one. Makes total sense out of that driver. That team, I should say. Checo Perez Memorial Race Team, also not here. And also could be stated that they are a Memorial Race Team because their career in sim racing is kaput. They are not good. In my opinion. The Chicken Shop, Jason's Chicken Shop, both the main team and the janitorial team, Pickle, both did not show up. You know, one can state and surmise that both teams should be fired from the Chicken Shop, as their dedication to the league is lackluster, having missed only one round, albeit the 3rd round. There's only 6 rounds of this championship. And Elliot Burton trying to prove something here, as he's already gone fastest and still trying to claw some more time across the line here and see what he can do. We're looking for a new boss. He's too anti-chicken. Elliot Burton does set a faster time on the board there, and great on for him. It doesn't change much, but great for him to do so. He's already in P1 and he stays P1. See if he can hold on to that luck throughout the entire race. The team manager's gonna be pissed. Yeah, you know, why have a couple teams that are out there, but they're not out there. They're eating Thai food right now. Oh no, they're probably eating chicken sandwiches. And Jason Chen is the last driver to finally call it. I knew it was going to be Thai food. There it is. It is coming in. All right, Elliot Bird at P1, Camden Craft P2, Austin J. McGill at 3, Mark Foley 4, William Paisley 5, Charles Whedon 6, Rodrigo Theory 7. And then I believe Barbecue Boys, Ezeki Kabani is going to be 8. If they, yeah, that they're going to grid that right. Gio Gonzalez in 1st in the LMP2 class. Powell Casca in 2nd. Willie Brennan in 3rd. Ryan Serlick in 4. Ryan Miller the 2nd and 5th. Matt Schriff in 6. Jason Chen in 7. Johnny Rapp in 8. Callum Farley in 9. And then, you know, that's actually everybody, I think, in the LMP2 class. Oh, Payday Racing Purple of R. Chase Berry in 10. And then we got Parks de la Cruz in 1st, Jeff Kaufhold in 2nd, Matthew Wyckoff in 3rd, Michael Thompson in 4th, Tyler Kokeko in 5th, Matt Benson 6th, Tyler Tier in 7th, Matthew Piran in 8th, Horace Holland in 9, Taylor Statham in 10, Brian A. Phillips in 11, Jason Daly 12, Thomas Smith in 13, Edson Toole in 14, Luke Schaefer Scheffler in 15, Peter Petrucci in 16, Jamie Zhen in 17, Christopher D.K. Hoyt in 18, and Stephen G. Parks in 19. Caught those last ones right there in the end. And we'll go over here. Maybe the chicken's so good they can't get to the sim rig. No, there's no way that's the case. I ate chicken tonight. I ate chicken for dinner. I'm enjoying some soup and fruit. Soup and fruit? Dude, it's hot outside. Yeah. Gotta eat. Gotta eat. You know, soup is a winter, or a coastal food. Like a good clam chowder. That's a coastal food. Like somebody in my city said, oh, we have a great clam chowder. I'd go tell them to, you know, kick rocks. There's no such thing. We're too inland for that. It's an early start by Elliot A. Burton there, and he's already gotten a black flag. That's a joke, everybody. Safety car has gotten us started. We're going to do a full outlap here, because why not? I believe the safety car generator is on. If it's not, then it should be. This race is going to be ever that more interesting. Once we were here last, half the grid died going right up this hill through the S's. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it was going to happen, it would be no other class of drivers to do so than the GT3s. You guys thought I was going to say GPPs, but I think these guys that are still here, the 7 of them, the 8 of them that there is, are going to do just fine. Soup sounded good. Leave the bald man alone. Okay, so there's the funny thing. He's going to get by. They're going to let him by. But it doesn't automatically start them by classes. That's kind of odd. You think it would. I mean, it does that in the officials. I think I'm almost positive it always does that. Why would he have to go through? It does that in oval racing. It separates you by class, regardless of qualifying position. Thanks Cat Stack for the resub. Tier 1 for 9 months in a row. Where's Dan? Dan who? He's not definitely on this this roster, I'll tell you that. I think they scratched his name from the board. I don't even know what the team name was. It wasn't one of the chicken shops. Is it only solo? No, that wasn't it. Cubic Racing? No, I don't think that was it either. Quite a bit of drama has unfolded in this Le Mans series in the chat. So is divisive multi-class. You know, we could probably learn a thing or two about these V's Rays that are on Thursdays, by the way. The V-Ray multi-class on Thursdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's a good, wholesome group of people. No dramatics unfold in that category of racing here at Brooklyn Racing League. And we're about to get started here, as the safety car will dip in, and we will be going boogity racing. Already a good start and a jump away for Elliot Burton, who has Austin J. McGill just behind, and they are doing just fine. Oh, buddy! And that is a little lug nuts into the wall. And that is Rodrigo Theory, who at cold tires. And that is it, folks, for those drivers. They're popping back out there. And now we have Hyperion Racing, Luke A. Wallace, and all these other drivers that are following in suit. Powell Casca in that 212 Racing. And there's Rodrigo Theory already tumbling down the order. I think it is said and done for him right now. Oh, there's still smoke and fire. I don't even know what to say there, but Powell Casca is holding it pretty strong here in the 212 car. That is Ryan Serlich, who stays ahead of him. And then just further back, we have Rodrigo Theory, who's going to let those ones fly. Up ahead here, we have the GT3, or behind, I should say, we have the GT3s who look to have gotten away scot-free. Looks like all of them are doing just fine. And so through goes Parks de la Cruz and Matthew Wyckoff, Tyler Pekako in third, Jeff Koffel in fourth, Matt Benson in fifth, followed by Matthew Pearson in sixth. All these drivers seem to be doing just fine as they make their way through. There's a blinker. Luke Scheffler in the Bucky's car. Already, Mark Foley is into the pits. Back. Looked away for 1 second. What happened to Elliott and Rodrigo? I'll take a look in just a second. Barbecue Boys, Zeki Kabani has hopefully been cleared here. But we had a number of black flags, and I'm almost certain these black flags took place, and Elliott Burton is one of them. Oh, Jesus. What happened to him? What the? He was doing fine. Oh, he wasn't doing fine. He didn't make it past turn one. Oh, I didn't see this. Oh, no. He's got a meatball. Well, folks, right at the start of the race, there were black flags thrown. So my initial guess before turn one is that some people, despite getting wave arounds to start with their grouping, probably got a black flag in a passing under safety car scenario. I'm almost assuming that's what happened because 3 people, all in separate classes, got black flags before we were into turn one. That could only be if at the start of the race they were deemed to be out of order from where the actual grid was telling them to be. That is definitely going to be an oversight if that is the case. I'm almost positive it's the case because we don't get full-on black flags, which are also considered meatball flags, until turn one, and that's a couple more people were involved in those. One of them being Mark Foley of Prosciutto Punch Racing and Elliott Burton of Draft Punk Gold. Black flags. I'm saying that correctly. Don't knock me here. Oh God, what happened here? Edison Tool taps the back rear of one of the Pier Echelon Sim Sports. That's the GT3 AM Class 1. So that'll be Taylor Statham. And they get going again. No big deal there. But blacked out. More like... Are you British? You're British. Going bowling. Blowing at the Glen. Hey Justin, did you hear my really good take on that MoneyGram Steak Kick Visa Petronas Aramco Red Bull BWT racing team and how I thought of that driver? At Tyler Tier, 2 cents off of Michael Thompson with Darkwing Racing. And pretty heated battle for 5th and 6th here. I think Tyler Tier has the momentum going for him right now. He was faster by 3/10, and he's also in a Porsche. That Acura has had some overall speed on the straights. but we can see him reeling him in these corners. It must have been like a reverse curse, because I said that GTPs weren't going to be the first grouping of cars to make an incident, and 3 of the 8 are in the pits. Management wanted to give other teams a chance. Management, I don't know about that. We go over to Powell Casca here, the 212 racing car and the 212 numbered car over Matt Scherf, Hyperion Racing 10 driver. I'm just trash and spun. Elliott spun under power, so I gave up. Rodrigo out of this race. Entirely out of this race, unfortunately. On lap 1 of 79. Oof. There goes Sour Apple. He's lost a little bit of downforce there. Yikes, through the bus stop too. You hate to see it. Let's go on board with this driver. Oh! Yoicks. Jinkies. That's unfortunate for Ryan A. Phillips. We'll continue on with some battles. Powell Casca's out there. I wish I hadn't hit Whedon or Chris, whoever was in the little lug nuts. I think that was Charles Whedon. Let me take a look here. You know, so many people crash. I have no idea who's who. Was it Whedon? Oh! Oh! Not too bad of a hit, though. If I'm saying so myself, you didn't really clip him that badly. So we could discredit all these other crashes, as they're not real crashes, they're just close. But this one, as Mark Foley, who... Oh, wow, that's a bizarre one. You need to take a look at that. That's very bizarre. And then the Four Loko Racing Peach seems to be alright here. I think all these drivers are alright. Yeah, no. And then Mark thought he escaped it and then did it again. And I think that killed the engine too. It's over for Mark Foley. He's in the pits. You hate to see it. It's that Echelon Simsport incident that happened earlier. And then Four Loko, and we're all caught up. Powell Casca on the outside. He definitely wasn't able to make it happen there on through toe, but through heel, he's definitely going to have some contention here with Jason Chen, who's got that maybe going to dive to the inside line. Doesn't go for it just yet, but he's there. He's looking. The LP2s seem to be the only class of driver who have not made an error on track just yet. Tires take so long to warm up. Not really. If you upset the car with power and tires, they'll spin like that. That's some more. Let's see what is more embarrassing to me. Yeah, well, I think Whedon's race is just fine. He didn't lose much there. He's only 5.1 seconds off the other drivers. He can catch that back up through the the endurance of this is, especially through traffic. Might be able to get some moves down. But all in all, if I look at this right side where you hit him, it looks like his car is still pretty much intact. A little bit loosey-goosey on that back right, but if we go look at the left suspension, he seems to be okay. He didn't get hit from the left, but more so to just say, like, I think he is perfectly okay. It just might be slightly canted on that right rear. Yeah, it's a little bit more than slightly. It's that arrow right there at the back. You can see it at certain angles. Right there, you can see it. Just pops in a little bit, but he's doing just fine. I don't think that's going to let him sweat that one off, so I think we're all good there. Now back over to our GT3 class, the GT3 AM class driver of Taylor Statham, who is doing just fine. He's only downward position. Did that spin initially on turn, what was that, turn 9? He's making moves. That's Forrest Holland in the Cars Racing CKY, that Bucky's, and they're going to go side by side almost. Actually, that's... Oh, sorry, the Bucky's is ahead. That's Luke Scheffler. All three of these guys are battling out here, and they got some, they got one GTP right behind them. Good on Elliott Burton. He's already back out there in 6th position in his class, and he's already making rounds to get by these drivers. Unfortunate for him, though. There goes Taylor Statham down the inside through the chute and gets on by. And can he make another attempt on the outside of toe? It's going to look like it, but he's going to do the switchback. And bam! He's got it down. He's got the inside line for the next quarter, turn 8. And it looks like he's going to make a double pass in a small span of track, and he does so. Already ahead. Luke A. Wallace and Hyperion Racing 9 car gets the outside line there and goes ahead. Well maneuvered for all these drivers here. Peter Petrucci, another driver here, is making up some space, some places. He's at 4 positions since the start of this race. Who else is doing pretty good? We got Solitude Racing of Jamie Zhen in 14th. For Local Racing of Peach, Stephen G. Parks started the race from the back, and now he's here in 16th. Doing pretty strong, actually. He's up 3 positions. He's ahead of his teammate in the Sour Grape. Oh, talk about a blinker. Michael Thompson in the Darkwing Racing is blinking in and out of existence here with Tyler Tier just ahead of him. 1 position gain from the start of this race, but it is not Darkwing Racing, the driver he's been trying to pass since the start of this race. Oh! Take a look here at Matt Schriff in the Hyperion Racing 10 car. Oh, he's completely unsettled. And the newest addition to the Broken Wing Racing League with the Broken Wing. It's a candidate right there. What's more interesting about this one is if you go on board with him, he's doing okay. He's just got trying to get rid of it. Oh, he's trying to make micro adjustments when he's already just saved it, held the brakes there, and was able to get by, but we are going through the chopping block. That wing was on drugs. Yeah, it was. It flew away like it was a Red Bull. It gives you wings. That tie was fantastic. You know what's not fantastic? You not representing the Jason Chicken Shop here in the Brooklyn Le Mans series. It's not fantastic. My reps will have a word with you. Privateer. So I want to make this this move work here. As Matthew Wyckoff is up one position. Does that be Jeff? What happened to Jeff? Jeff Koffel's out of this race. So he earned one off of Jeff. So Jeff was up there in second, so I guess it's now down to Parks De La Cruz and Matthew Wyckoff, who are battling out for P1 and 2 in the GT3 class. In the pro standings as well. Be better about your own brand. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got a interesting battle here. R. Chase Berry in the Payday Racing Purple is trying to get by as Peter Petrucci and Forrest Holland are going side by side through a couple of these corners, and now he's not blocking. Petrucci's trying to make a move, but the LMP2 is like, hey buddy, I need to get by as well. And that only helps Forrest Holland actually, as this gap is now half a second for these two drivers, as they were in the midst of, it looked like Peter Petrucci was going to pass Forrest for a second, having to contend that with the traffic, and now he's back down. He's cut it down to 2/10, which isn't that bad. He's going to probably get it down even further on this straight, but passing was trying to hope for earlier. Didn't happen. Thought there would be a little bit of change here in the order, but it doesn't look like it's going to be right about now. This is where Peter Petrucci was able to catch Forrest Holland. Maybe this is where it's going to be this time around as well. He's 3/10 off, but not close enough at the moment to make a move. Definitely not going to make one gear into heel, but with no traffic that close, I mean 1.8 seconds, that's Ryan Miller the second. You still got to pass two more people to get to these two. If they can go to the final corner together, there might be a chance here for Peter Petrucci to make a move. So everyone else has made way for that LMP2. No, it is not in the cards. That Lamborghini has been slipping away pretty successfully on exit. But look at that. Maybe more brave on the brakes, but Peter Petrucci found a little bit of time through turn 1, and now turn, what is the S's, which is turn 3 and 4. And it's going to go side by side through the bus stop, and they do it. Ooh, they're pretty generous. Oh, and they do not take out the LMP2, or was that the GTP? That was the GTP of Camden Craft. An unstoppable force meets an immovable object. I've seen it before many a times, and they took it too wide through the bus stop, and there is a response. Both of them are reaping the rewards of that one. Tyler Kokeko is battling out another 212 Racing team, who's in 4th. His sister teammate in 1st. Battling out Valhalla Motorsports. The shoe's on the other foot, though, because this driver, Tyler Kokeko, is behind a Valhalla Motorsports of Matt Benson, unlike Matthew Wyckoff, who's behind the 212 Racing car. That was a Remarkable, remarkable move. Good and interesting things to know is Elliot Burton is now ahead of the entire GT3 field. Mark Foley is still here, by the way. So maybe he will try to take this back out. Who knows? We'll see. Tyler Tier in the TR Racing, still ever so close to Michael Thompson of Darkwing Racing, but no change in the order for these two. Gonna poke him with a stick and hope something happens. Go too wide through the bus stop. Might want to see it. Ooh. And so goes through Camden Craft of Hyperion Racing 10 in the second place GTP. Why would you do that? Why would you ruin a really good sandwich with a pickle? Matthew Wyckoff, still 3/10 down from Park de la Cruz here, and no change just yet. The sandwich is built around the pickle. There's no such thing as that. Sandwiches are built around a nice meat or protein of some sort. Got Matthew Wyckoff really trying to make a move here on Park de la Cruz as they go side by side through the bus stop. Fairly well in hand, and they are actually keeping that very clean through all sections of that bus stop. They did well to avoid each other, and his move didn't stick, and now he's got some traffic to contend with that will probably make this a lot harder for him to get up by Park de la Cruz. Yeah, his time is gone away, the window is gone. Jason Daly and Matthew Piran battling out through the start straight finish, and it goes to Jason Daly for the moment as Matthew Piran. Oh, that was in turn one. Oh, sorry, that was the boot section. Straight section of the boot, and looks like he's about to get passed again, and he does get passed at turn 10. Unfortunate for Jason Daly of Das Seha Racing. Ugh. And Matthew Wyckoff, it is not easy for him. He's got LMP ones, GTPs rounding around him, as well as LMP2s. And while he gets close to Park de la Cruz, he's always has this other class just kind of right up in his business as he's trying to make a move. He's not going to fully give way to them, but he doesn't want to lose time. These passes that they keep making. Hey, once he signs with Cadillac, you guys are going to be eating your words. And still not much in the way of action here for Tyler Tier and Michael Thompson. They're keeping it pretty clean. He's still 3/10, 4/10 off the driver. No move has been made as of yet. These two are the closest drivers on track at the moment. They'll reel it in to about 2/10 and then back out on these exits. There'll be an accordion effect. As it looks like Matthew Piran of the Echelon SimSport GT3 Pro is joining them. An interesting thing is that he's actually faster than by 8/10 on his last lap. He wasn't getting a toe off that, so we could be seeing Matthew Piran not only join this fight, but pass both drivers shortly. He's in the GT3 Pro class, so truthfully, it is probably going to be happening. He's gotten that 9/10 gap down to half a second. Now on board with him, can we see something happening here from his cockpit to determine whether or not these two are going to be battling here? No, it looks like Tyler Tier is going to follow Matthew. He has been. And didn't have, I would say, a great run through turn 1. He lost a 10th through that section. He's still faster on this last lap by 8/10, but it looks like he was gaining it through section, the end of section 2 and into 3. Definitely not the end of 3 though. Look at that. The bus stop, he gained 3/10. Now he's really right on board. This battle here. The old sending debris to my enemy trick. So this forward distraction is definitely noticeable. And through this part, he was still fairly well in hand. It was that final corner that he lost at 10. Allowed these two to kind of slip away the start of section 1, but it doesn't look like that's the case now. It looks like he's gonna follow these two through into turn 1 without losing time. Still no change. All three of these drivers are really the closest we will see on track at the moment. And not much to block, but Michael Thompson does veer to the inside just a little bit. Up until he got to the braking zone. Opened it back up. Now, who is going to pass who first? It looks like it's going to go Matthew Piran on Tyler Tier versus Michael Thompson and Tyler Tier, especially now that he's going to hold that inside line. Makes the move. It sticks. Now he's got Michael Thompson to pick off. Is he going to be able to do it soon? Just in the background, you could see Taylor Statham of the GT3 Echelon Sim Sport AM class driver. Is about 3 seconds away. And back over to our drivers in the top spots, P1 and 2. Matthew Wyckoff has not been able to capitalize on this 2-1-2 racing, the 21 car, just yet. He's been ever so close, lap after lap, but he has not actually made a move on Park State Cruz for what has probably been at least 8 laps. I mean, he did go for a move at one point, and then it kind of went away when the traffic came through GTP's LMP2s. And what's odd is they're actually lapping Stephen G. Parks of Four Loko Racing in the Peach car, or the Peach team. It's so early, it's only on lap 21. He's going to get out of the way for the both drivers. Very respectful thing to do. How he went about that, making it very predictable, slowing down just a tad, letting them both by. Little bit of a break there for Park State Cruz as he was able to get a gap of half a second going. Same could be said for our drivers in third and fourth. Matt Benson still leading in third over Tyler Kokeko in the 2-1-2 Racing's number 12 car. And yeah, Valhalla and 2-1-2 basically in the same boat. One driver in the sister team wants to pass the other, as so goes for the other. They lost one of their Valhalla drivers, Jeff Koffold, who I'm not even sure what happened to him, but he has been gone since the start of this race. And we got Edison Toole here in Four Loko Racing Black, who's got his teammate of Peter Petrucci and Four Loko Racing USA just ahead. Peter Petrucci's still doing pretty well in 13th with 3 positions gained. He was up 6 or 7, but you know, he did have that incident early on. Forrest Holland has not recovered from that at all. He is down 6 positions since the start of this race. It's unfortunate for him. Smokey Moke 3, thank you for the follow. And Jeff Lubitch, I didn't even see you for the resub on Tier 1. Going Bowling, thank you for that as well. Wow, Tyler Tears battling it out here for with Michael Thompson again. Take a look back briefly and see what happened, as he did get past. He got him in the boot section, pops in down the inside line, and there it is. Look at that. It almost looked like Tyler Tier was going to be able to get by as well, capitalize on the mistake, but nope, there goes Michael to the inside to defend. And Matthew Pearson keeps it ahead. Jason Daly in P10 to the bus stop. Ah, that's unfortunate. And no one was really near him when he was able to make that move, so back on track safely as it is. Oh, we got Tyler Kokeko and Matt Benson. Oh, no! Stays ahead, but at what cost? What happened there? We'll take a look. Let's go chopper cam here. Goes for the inside. Oh. I kind of want to see that one more time. He set him straight, right? Don't know if anyone else saw that one, but that was that is something that happens. Try to take it too wide in the bus stop, but even if I would try to like rewind that, was he entitled to space? I'm not quite sure. I wasn't really paying attention. Matthew Wyckoff is in the pits right now, so we'll see some changes in the order here in the GT3 spots. How many though? Tyler Tier finally might have a move down here as he's gonna hold strong against Michael Thompson, but he's got a GTP coming straight up behind. I think that's too much. I don't think you're going to be able to make a move when GTP is also trying to pass. You put him kind of right back where you don't want to be, which is fully behind by half a second. What else could he do? It looks like Taylor Statham in the Echelon SimSport GT3 AM is coming up. Getting kind of close. He is almost. I'm gonna say like 8/10 almost. 7 to 8/10 faster on that last lap is what I'm gathering. You round up, it'd be 8. The GT3 class, still one of the few classes that is out there and racy. Austin J. McGill here, inherited P1 on the opening lap, is keeping it well ahead by 4.6 seconds to Camden Kraft, who's just behind. Barbecue Boys of Zeki Kabani also doing fairly well here. He's up 5 positions in third with William Paisley in fourth. Arcadian Motorsports Little Lugnuts of Charles Whedon holding out pretty strong in fifth. And then Elliott Burton. See, let's take a look here. Where is this driver? He is just exiting the boot. And Elliott Burton is in the start straight finish. He is now... I want to say he's on the same lap as the LMP2s, but I think they are about... Let's see, where's... He's still a lap down. So he'd have to pass Austin McGill, who's entering the boot, to really reclaim to be on the final, or on the same lap as the leader there for his class. I don't even know if that's possible. Last lap he did a 131.7. Austin McGill did a 133.4. His best time at the moment, the best time on the board is Elliott Burton, who's fastest overall. Now going over to guess we got to go to our pit lane here. Not even sure. So Gio Gonzalez is out. Matt Z is still in there. So Gio Gonzalez has been leading the LMP2 class by a large shot. Matt Z is in the pit for 2-2 racing in the 2-2 car. Eddie A. Layton is in second. They pit on lap 24. And Ryan Serlich in twin turn sim racing with Loki Racing. He's right on the heels of Eddie A. Layton. They both pit a few laps ago. Dives to the inside. Tries to take this too wide. Almost does. It almost looked like it did. But didn't quite do that. And the battle might still continue here. It looks like he's going to try to dive to the inside, and it looks like it is still going to continue. I thought for a second because that traffic was going to stop them, but there goes Ryan Serlich over Eddie A. Layton. Makes the move to turn 8, and it looks like it sticks for now. And there he goes on by. Matt Z of 2-2 Racing is down into 4th in the LMP2 class, with Jason Chen in 5th and Callum Farley in 6th. Now, we got some... What the heck? Alright, well... We got Matthew Pearson in the pro class of the Echelon SimSport GT3. Went into the pits, or got towed to the pits. Ah, fool. Yep. No. Point. No. Yep. Yep. Snap. Crackle and pop. The bus stop has taken a few victims in this race. It has taken a few. That being said, we lost some LMP2s. I don't even know what happened here. We have Matt Schriff back out. He pit on lap 9. He did have, I think, an incident there. Johnny Rapp is out of this. Ryan Miller II is out of this. R. Chase Berry of Payday Racing Purple is out of this. We've lost... I don't want to be presumptuous. There's Four Loco Racing and Stephen G. Parks is still out there. Matt Schriff is still out there. Go back over to... Ooh, no. That's Awesome Gil pitting. Guess we'll see what happens here. From the looks of it, 8 teams have forfeited from this race. DNF'd. There's 3 that are still here. 2 of them are driving right now. And that said, this is Jason Chen going to the bus stop in a not so bueno way. That said, 2 drivers in 29th and 30th in the overall still have to gain back at least 3 laps for one driver and 2 laps for one driver and 3 laps for another driver before they can overtake Payday Racing's purple team of R. Chase Berry, who's in 28th position. So there might be a chance for those 2 to take back 1 spot each. Actually, for Matt Schriff in the Hyperion Racing 10, Schriff, whatever. This driver just has to overtake the GT3 classes just once, it looks like, and then he'll be doing a lot better in the overall. Got plenty of time to do so. But for Parks here, Stephen G. Parks, he's just got to get past 1 car, and that's going to be the one that's called it quits and DNF'd. So he's got several more laps to do so, but once he does, he'll gain back some stuff. Eddie A. Layton in 3rd right now. Doing not too bad. Jesse Canales goes into the pits. We got Charles Whedon, knock on in the pits. Arcadian Motorsport of William Pacey's in the pits. And there goes Camden Craft into 3rd as Austin J. McGill goes on by. And out goes Jesse Canales and the Barbecue Boys back out in 4th ahead of William Paisley, who's just behind, and Elliot Burton, who's getting fairly close to getting towards that top spot there. That's going to be Charles Whedon, who's actually right behind him by half a sector. Oof, that's a blinker. Jason Daly here, who's got Luke Scheffler of Nexus just ahead of him half a second at Bucky's livery in the McLaren. His front end looks completely fixed, so his time in the pit lane was fruitful. Doesn't City pit though. Isn't it busted? Am I... It is busted. Right? Yeah, it is. It is busted. Just doesn't look like it for a second. You should go in the pits and just fix that. I guess there seems to be no issue for him right now. Although it's gonna feel that a little bit. Or a lot. And they are sticking out still. Interesting thing to note with these cars is that we have Matthew Wyckoff, who pit on lap 21. It's been a stint of 7 laps now since the pit, and I mean, I'm kind of curious what this is all about. What does he know about his strategy that's going to work out for him? He went to P7 from P2. Matt Benson is in 2nd. Tyler Kokeko is in 3rd. The split between these two is kind of big, almost 4 seconds, 3.9. They did come together in the old bus stop there, so that much is evident. Tyler Tier got ahead of Michael Thompson, and neither one of them hit. Now that is something I definitely need to see. Oh, that was when he got past Matthew, who went down one. That's unfortunate. He passed Michael Thompson here in the boot section. Which, watching them lap after lap, how was he able to make it? Oh, he was into the wall, and that's how he got past. And then that's when Taylor Statham made the move, tried to make the move as well. It was just a mistake. It's just a mistake. Netted Tyler Tier P4 as well. How is Team Redline doing? Jeff Lubitsch. You also didn't show up for this race. In Draft Punt Bronze, I'm disappointed. Which one was that, Luke? Take a better look here on the chopper cam. Jason goes for the feint down the inside. And this is Brody Parker. Oh, they pit. Oh, no. Nexus Racing. Bodie Parker. Bodie Parker was in the car at that time. Just got in at some point because that was a different driver. Unfortunate. Your teammate hops in the car and the bus stop is where he loses it. Probably lap 1. And you know, I've had that happen to me before. Because Eddie Layton is battling out here with Ryan Serlich and Twin Turner Sim Racing with the Loki Racing. This is a battle for 2nd in the LP2 class. Yeah, halfway through an endurance race, I got into the car. It was the old Ferrari, and I just bended straight into the wall in the bus stop. Just hit the first 2 curbs and went straight in the wall. Had way too much speed. Still nightmares about that one. And as one can suspect, there is not a lot of action here out on the track, as everyone's pretty much put it in a very league of their own scenario here. Austin J. McGill re-inherited P1 in the GTPs with a 9.3 second gap to Camden Craft. It was 4.9 before the pit stops. LMP2 class, fairly similar, just off. I don't know if that's accurate though. Oh, it is accurate. Well, I stand corrected. Parks de la Cruz is leading Matt Benson by 24.8 seconds, Tyler Kokeko by 28.3. That would be the difference of more than a pit stop. Although I don't think I've seen the GT3s pit beyond Matthew Wyckoff, who pit with the 55.9. And he was the first one to pit. So you see Parks de la Cruz going into the pit lane right now. Let's see if this changes anything in the order. Matt Benson. You know, that makes a lot of sense though. Matt Benson was actually further down the lineup. There's Matthew Wyckoff was the one that Parks de la Cruz is battling out here, and he is in. He's going on by. Tyler Kokeko goes in. Tyler Tier goes into the pit lane. Darkwing Racing and Michael Thompson is going into the pit lane. And now this is where it really stack up. Parks is still in the pit. He's got about a couple more seconds here. Should end on the 55-ish mark, just like Matthew Wyckoff did. Is he dropping it down yet? He's on 56, 57, almost a minute. He's over a minute. He's a minute 2, 3. Now, where is Matthew Wyckoff? Already into turn 1 over Parks, who's not even exited yet. So that was a 1 minute 10 for Parks de la Cruz, and Matthew Wyckoff, with the undercut from out of nowhere, is up into P2, will inherit P1 because his sister teammate, Matt Benson, will have to go in the pit lane eventually. But the difference is a 6.6 second gap. I'm totally curious how this is going to play out. The GT3 should be able to go one stop fuel to the end of this race, if this is indeed the case. Or is it a 2-stop? I'm out tonight because I'm at work. That's unfortunate. And here we go. Eddie A. Layton finally on the battle here with Ryan Serlich. And they are going to go 2 wide, maybe through the bus stop. Let's see. He's going to follow him. So a couple people take that 2 wide so far, and it's only worked out once, on one occasion. It's Eddie down the inside line, but it's kind of covered off by Ryan there on the exit there. And he's got this, he's got Tyler... I said Brandon Renfro in the TR Racing, so they've switched drivers. And he had that to deal with. He used that to his advantage. Doesn't even need to defend on that corner. Keeps it ahead. Over here we have Matt Benson. Matt Benson's exiting over Michael Sharon of Cars Racing CKY. A couple of these teams have 2 drivers. Matthew Wyckoff already in to the boot. That's how far he has a good gap. It's a little bit more tricky here for Parks, as he's got traffic to contend with when he was entering the boot, so it's going to slow him down. Look at that 7.7 second gap to his rival. Eddie Layton, again, fairly close to Ryan Serlich through the bus stop. He gets very close there, but unable to make anything happen in the bus stop. And look at that. Dodging and weaving. As Matt Benson keeps it predictable. They drove around him. Now Matt Benson has Dominic Ford. And Dominic Ford, just behind the wheel, his teammate Tyler Kokeko swapped out. And Matt Benson is now equal terms with his rival. Team rival, I should say, not the driver rival, because they did come into contact, these two cars, in the bus stop. And it dropped one driver significantly down the order. 3 or 4 seconds, they somehow gained that all back and now are on par with each other. That damage that's on the car, lingering damage on the 212 car, is when the contact happened in the bus stop here. Did the broadcast watch my embarrassing crash in the bus stop? Probably. I've been picking up on all of them. Which one was it? What's the name? More than likely. Kieran. Yep. Pretty sure. Pretty sure I saw that one. This one. Yeah, we got that. That's when the Four Loko guys got by him. Yep, that was the Meet Paul. That's not the last one either. Nexus had themselves a really good one in the in that same spot. Take a look here at Nexus. Bodie Parker. He tried to stop too. He knew it was coming. He's back out there though. He's still in P14 and he's re-entering, trying to do his best here. As Peter Petrucci just popped this back half a second. Peter Petrucci and Edison Toole battling into turn or into the bus stop, and it goes to Peter. They don't go too wide through that, but move set in stone there. Edison Toole of Four Loko Racing Black is first entry into the Le Mans series. He's doing pretty well in hand. He's out 4 positions since where he started. Sometimes surviving the race is good enough for a good result. Not quite over though, because he hasn't. Peter Petrucci hasn't slipped away. He's still about 3/10 away. Edison is. Was trying so hard. Was trying too hard. Trying to catch back up. Yep. That'll do it. That'll do it. Pushing at all costs. It's a long race. I mean, technically, we just went halfway too long ago. And at some point, we'll see a clash of Valhalla v 212 Racing. These teams were battling for P1 and 2, as well as 3 and 4. As well as a third one that would have been 5th in this order. Not 5th, but probably 2nd, actually, from where he was. Jeff Koffold, who left the race almost immediately after it started. I'm not sure what happened there. I don't think I saw him crash at all, either. But That would have been 3 Valhallas in the top 5. These 2-on-2 racing drivers, all the pro series as well. How are the Rock Flag Eagles doing? Are they still even here? No. Oh, Jeff, you missed it. Rodrigo, cold tires, lap 1, turn 1, lost the rear, hit Charles Whedon as Whedon was going through the corner. Didn't really screw up Whedon's race at all. He was able to continue after the incident, stay ahead of the LMP2s, but that took Rodrigo immediately out of the race. And then Prosciutto Punch Racing also had their own misfortune. It's Mark Foley. And Elliot Burton, also the Draft on Gold. He's out there. He's doing well. He's actually got the fastest lap on track. He's lapping faster than every other GTP by a full second, 1.2 seconds actually, on his last lap. I mean, goes to show you, just behind him is Jesse Canales and the Barbecue Boys, and ahead of him is Camden Craft. He's trying to unlap himself at the moment, but he is P6. That was the worst start. Absolute worst. Alright, look at this. We got Matt Z of 2-on-2 Racing in the 2-on-2 car in the LMP2. Wants to get by, but his sister teammate is like, buddy, I'm trying to pass this guy. And how can he use the traffic to his advantage? I think they both got through clean, but now he's just going to have to worry about Dominic on the outside. And now they are going to go side by side into turn 8. No! He dips into the front of him right there for the defensive line. And Dominic Ford is through. And Matt Benson flashes him. Maybe he didn't like that move. Oof. Sucks to suck is Glee Balls in yet. Yeah. He's in. Benson needs some cheese with his wine. Oh, Jesus. Guys. Don't make fun of the drivers. Briefly saw that battle into turn 8, but he did go to the defensive line and was already, but he was ahead of him fully, so I think it's completely fair. Sounds like another Red Bull Ring Tuesday, RBR Tuesday, RBR. Oh, is it that one game, Richard Burns Rally? It's just some Matt on Matt beef, nothing to see here. Which one? Oh, this is some weird traffic. Stephen G. Park is lap traffic for the GT3s as well as the GTP there. Now here's a fun one. Echelon Sim Sport. Oh, they look so close together. The one is a Mustang and the other's an Acura. Richard Sever has taken over for Darkwing Racing in 5th. He's 3/10 up on Taylor Statham. The Echelon Sim Sport of the GT3 Pro, I think, is completely out of this race. He did talk in chat, but I'm just confirming that. No, he's out there. Cody Smith is taking over that car. Sir. God damn it. Corvette. I'm gonna be honest with you. I always confuse Ford and Ford and Chevrolet. I don't know why. I think they're both pluses. I do it in GT3s, not so much because you can see all of them. But when you just do the symbol, I just like look in. When I see a plus, I think of a Mustang. That's my own thing, to be honest. I think everyone forgot that I used to say that, to be honest. I'm not saying that, Justin. This is a wholesome Twitch channel. Very professional. Quit typing with your nonsense malarkey. Those two are not even battling for position, by the way. I think Lou is driving next. Yeah, Lou? Or is it Dan? Look at that move! William Paisley splitting the two LMP2s. Was that really good racing? I mean, got through the S's too. And slipped on by. Ryan Serlich and Eddie Layton definitely backed off a little bit. Did you see Dragon? Oh my god, what's Dragon? Dragon, blah blah blah. I know exactly what you're gonna say. Taylor Statham gets ahead of Richard Severo. We'll pull back just slightly here. It was through turn 8. It's a popular spot for people to be passing here. And the move looks to be good and done for P5 in the GT3 class. I don't even want to read anything of what you're saying, Justin. Nothing at all. I don't even want to know what you're trying to go, what your angle is, but I don't like it. A couple people dipping their tires in the grass there on the exit of the start straight to turn 11. As it stands, the GTP class, Austin McGill is riding way ahead here. 13.7 seconds up on camera graph. Jessica Knowles of the Barbecue Boys, 19.8 seconds behind the leader. LMP2 class. Nothing would probably make Gio Gonzalez more happy right now than what's happening in front of us is Ryan Serlich and Eddie A. Layton battling for P2 and 3 here. They're 29 seconds, almost 30 seconds behind the LMP2 leader. And it's because they keep battling each other. They keep slowing each other down. They are nowhere near going to be able to get close to the leader here at this point in the stage. But it was Ryan Serlich. He's now going to be stuck behind that driver of Cody Smith at Echelon Simsport was stuck, but was able to slip on by. And now they're going too wide to turn 8. And looks like Ryan Serlich was pretty calculated, kept clean and tight, and made his move without having to really work for it. There's Eddie was very wide on the exit of turn 8. Thought Lee was driving tonight. I thought Trey Mistek was driving tonight, but apparently he's no longer in this league. I'm not saying that out loud. Funny that you wrote it down there, Trey. On lap 48, we still got a ways to go. Ooh. Ooh. And that is a legitimate DNF. That car is more or less toast. Thankfully, he has left the session there. Take a look here at the chopper. Yikes. The only thing safe is that front. That was Ryan Serlich, who was in second position. Matt Scherf in Hyperion Racing 10, in P7 in his class. He is now got 2 laps to go to unlap himself on the GT3s to get back on board with the, or at least ahead of the GT3s in the overall. That is now 38. Sorry, 38. 8 DNFs in this race. What happened to Matthew Wyckoff? What? We got 1 and 2. Wyckoff hit Bodie and Toad. Oh. Yikes. Fire Dog, it's a really good pun. I'm not saying it on the street, but it's probably popping up anyway. It's a very good pun. That's unfortunate. So the 2-on-2 racing drivers of Park Santa Cruz and Dominic Ford are now going to inherit 1 and 2. In Valhalla, have really just dropped out of this in contention. Matt Benson still holding it out there for those drivers. Goes to speak though, as Valhalla Motorsports was... Which driver is Valhalla Motorsports? Oh, it's actually Matt Benson. That's not all lost here. Matt Benson's going to place 3rd, which means that he's still going to have a really good result here. And which one's the 2-on-2-12 car? That's Dominic Ford. So he's not going to lose that many points to Dominic Ford. He's actually going to be doing just fine for the overall here on race 3. 3 rounds left to go. One's going to be a drop anyway. Drop week anyway. He's still got a good amount of points on the board, especially for 3rd position here. So not all is lost for that Valhalla team. This Callum Farley is getting ever so close to Matt Z here for 4th. 2-on-2 racing car and the 2-on-2 number car just ahead. That is unfortunate that we lost Ryan Serlich. I mean, okay, we have Callum coming into the pit lane. That's going to be interesting to see how the LMP2s are going to stack up here. They're going to be pitting again. Bodie Parker, by the way, binned it on his first lap out. Towed it. Got back out there. Doing pretty good, I would say. I mean, it's AM class stickers here, so you gotta hand it to the guy for still keeping it out there. He's 2 positions still up. After that wreck, he moved on and continued racing. I don't even want to read the Discord chat to determine whether or not that is inflammatory or not there, Justin. I'll just let that one be. And here we have Elliot Burton. Let's see. He's past Camden Craft, by the way, which is an interesting thing to note. He's up on the LMP2s completely now, by a full lap. And Gio Gonzalez has just exited the pits on lap 52. This might be the last time for them to be pitting, so I think this is the move for the LMP2s. Elliot Burton here, though, pretty strong. He wasn't fast on that last lap, but he could have been passing traffic. I guess we'll see here. Isn't updated. Well, previous laps without traffic involved. Elliot Burton here. I was gonna say Eddie. Elliot. There's too many different, like, closely sounding names. Eddie, Elliot. Anyway. Christopher. That's similar. Elliot Burton here has been faster by 1.3 seconds. Did the calculations myself there. Lap after lap through the 30s and the 40s. Now, might not be on this last lap that he was faster. As you can see, Austin J. McGill did a 132.4. But what is definitive is that before that last lap, and maybe a couple more where he's not been on par, he was lapping faster than the entire GTP field, including the guy in P1. You guys just trying to say words that I might say out loud? Because that's not going to work. I have to sound it out in my head before I think to say it. I'm reading these things. Now look at that. My point exactly, a 131.6. That's 0.6 faster than Austin McGill, rounding up. I mean, he looks like he's got something to prove, because he has been on a charge since he binned it on turn 1. He's getting hot. He's going fairly quick. That rear is getting slippery. And here we go. Camden Craft. P2 in the GTP class. Trying to get by Cody Smith. Howell Casca. I think he's been in the car the entire time, as far as I know. Oh no, he hit Matt Z. Matt Z was in the car, the 212 car. Matt Z must have just done the one stint. Or maybe he was the one that did qualifying and then did the race, and then they switched. And Powell was just in practice? Never quite determine that one, when these drivers are in and not in the car. This is a bucket of traffic that they're all going to have to contend with. But Brandon Renfro making it easy, so is Jamie Jen. He's got a little bit of damage here on the front left. And we're going bowling. And at this point, there is 0 drivers on track that are with an interval that is close. You're wondering if there's any racing happening on this circuit. It is done. This is more like a Monday or a Sunday stroll now. As long as you don't make weird moves, I think the other class will be accommodating. And so it seems that way, as everyone's kind of moving through. Jason Chen, who's doing fairly well, 3rd place in the LMP2s. Christopher Chertling has not done too bad. You know, he's up 1 position from the start of this race, but all good, things considered. Oh no! Elliott! What happened? Dipped a tire into the grass. Yep, tire into the grass. That is strike 2. All of his hard work trying to recapture some glory here. Smoking Tires 40, thank you for the follow. This is like people making random like accounts like smoke this, smoking that. That just seems too coincidental, but again, anything's possible. Cider. Oh yeah. I'm not saying both of them. Smoking Tires, pronounced Smoking Tires. Well, thank you for the follow there, Smoking Tires. Okay, there's Statham off a little bit into the grass there. All good. All good and well, things considered. The only major action was a second crash for Elliott Burton. I get the tires part, I just didn't split it up. Tires with a Y. Really gotta say, it rains and it pours for Elliott Burton there. He's in the pits, but I mean, unless it is gonna be an easy repair, I doubt. I mean, 20 laps left to go. I would just exit this race and say I'm P6. Not in the overall, in your class. Now there's it's original. There's that. It's not a lot on track. Things said and done. There's nobody well within the margins to consider it an exciting bit of racing. But that's what happens when people pit offsetting each other, undercuts and overcuts. You get these massive margins. With Powell Casca, he's got a 4.1 second gap to Callum Farley there. Jason Daly, Peter Petrucci, that's a 6/10 gap. That's actually really exciting there. It's 6/10. That 6/10 has been a lot more than 6/10. Jason, what's your favorite race? Mine is Abu Dhabi 21. Was that a Checo Perez one? No, that was 2020. You think the Max beating Lewis is your favorite one? Toto? I'm gonna be honest with you. I remember what happened to Elliott. We'll get to what happened with Elliott. I'll take a look at that for you. Let's let me pull back here. Elliott beat Ayrton. Did I already pass it? It didn't count it. Oh, that wasn't even the one. That wasn't even the one I'm thinking of. That's something else. It's this one. This is what happened to Elliott. Yeah. Same lap. Grass dip, yeah. It was the grass dip. Same lap that other thing happened. Which is unfortunate. What can you do? What can you... Can you ask me what game this is? Shut your mouth, Chris. Checo would not spin there. This is iRacing. If you're asking what the game is, but I guess favorite... I'm gonna be honest, Abu Dhabi 21, when I watched that live, I seriously was so confused at what happened with the safety car restart, that when he did win, I was just like, well, that's awesome. I was like excited, but I honestly was still like, what happened? They left Ricardo behind to watch the entire thing unfold. I didn't understand it at the time, and quite frankly, I don't think most people do either, because they think they are all, you know, savants on the FIA rules and what is and is not allowed, but I wouldn't say that's my favorite race. A race that I've watched a couple times is Checo's race. I watched that several times. Sometimes I will watch it when I'm cycling, and like so I can like be. Oh, look at this! We have Peter Petrucci and Jason Daly battling it out here. Now we got a battle on our hands on lap 60. 2/10 off. Peter Petrucci behind in the Mustang. That one I called right. Ford Mustang over the Mercedes AMG. It's just those damn Corvettes. I keep calling them Mustangs. I have a drive-through. Oh my God! Got a black flag there. And Christopher Chitterling is right behind. So Christopher Chitterling is going to inherit. Wait, how did he get so close? Checo's bow. Oh my God. Fuck. Nice. Yikes. Now Austin McGill spun. When it rains, it pours. He had a 15 or 16 second margin here. And now Christopher Chittering is our leader. How did he gain back that much time? Austin McGill must have done something else besides have a drive-through penalty, because he was 20-something seconds ahead of both P2 and 3, and now Christopher Chitterling is equal on him on time. And Jason Daly down the inside line might have Peter Petrucci. And look at that. We have Gio Gonzalez trying to get into the mix here. Hyperion Racing. And nope, does not go to that driver. Talk about traffic ruining your chances of passing. It was hard to watch. Austin McGill, who was leading this race for the entire race, is now down into 5th position. And there's no amount of right foot that's going to get him back into the contention here. That promotes William Paisley to P3. Barbecue Boys of Jesse Canales took over for Keki Kabani. They're into 4th. They were into 3rd at one point. So this 1.3 second gap is, I guess they got past at one point in some area. Let's take a look here. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now what do you call this? I'm not sure which driver that is. That's a 114 of a Hyperion. And that is Gio Gonzalez. Gio Gonzalez. Oh no. I'm not looking at this correctly, but Christopher Chitterling has a black flag and is now dropped to 5th. Austin McGill now goes into 1st, or 4th. Jesse Canales is into 3rd. William Paisley into 2nd, and Camden Craft has now inherited P1. Hyperion Racing 5. But P2 is still up for grabs as Jesse Canales is now 4/10 separated from William Paisley. Now I'm kind of curious what has Christopher Chitterling. And, oh, they're side by side, but it favors William Paisley for now. Is he going to try to dart out here into turn 10? He doesn't. Maybe make the move down the start straight finish. And William Paisley goes deep for the defense. They're both going to pass Dominic Ford in the 212 GT3 class car. Pro class as well. And great exit for Jesse Canales. He's going to have that good run down into the S's, and it might go to him, and it does for now. Hopefully he can hold on to this going into the bus stop right about there. We'll know for sure whether or not that's going to be said and done for at least a lap, as it's very hard, difficult to get a move down anywhere else in there. And no! And they both go off track and both go spinning. And both are back out, and both are doing alright-ish. And what can you say there? That is rough. Dominic Ford says, I don't care. I'm moving on by. Pass me later. And he is back out in front of William Paisley. This has all the hallmarks. And don't tell me, where is Austin McGill? He is now in 2nd. Did we blink and not see it? We did. I did. Austin McGill was right behind. He ticks the bus stop perfectly, and he went on by as that was happening. Austin J. McGill has the racing gods on his side because he is now in 2nd place after serving a drive-through penalty. And now is only 5.9 seconds down from Camden Craft as William Paisley enters the pit Jesse Canali stays out. Christopher Chitterling has a long way to go as the full boot and more to get to that start straight. What a shakeup in the order from what was quite what I thought the end of this race. No moves to be made, nothing to be gained, and I was proven wrong by the sheer level of chaos that can happen on a race. Oh, we are down 10 DNFs now. 10 full DNFs. Actually 11. It is 11. Elliot Burton has left as well. 11 DNFs from a 37 grid multi-class endurance event. That is quite something. Powell Casca has Callum Farley just ahead of him, 3/10 in the LMP2 class for 4th and 5th. And they are going to be battling out here probably till the end. Gio Gonzalez leads over in that LMP2 class by almost 40 seconds now. It's 39. I mean, it is quite a margin for P3 as well. There's the 212 car looking to make a move down the inside, but there's also the Darkwing racing car of Richard Severa, who's out in front. Let them cook. I don't even know why you would. I don't know what. I just. Whatever. I can't understand what that. Like, I can't even read that word and it makes sense of what you're trying to discern here. For a second, I thought it was like a Pope joke. But then I was like, no, that can't be it. This battle is still pretty much alive. Looking over at our leaders, Austin J. McGill has dropped that gap that was almost 6 seconds now to 4 seconds. He's got plenty of time left in this race to catch Camden Craft. Last lap, he was 4/10 faster than Camden. It's a Pope joke. It's over. Pope. Don't quit your day job, buddy. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Lando Norris just... oh, that's... Gifted a tier 1 sub to Lando Norris. It's funny. It is a Pope joke. It's over. Pope over. I mean, it's not a really good joke. It's not even a good pun, because... yeah, you just is Pope ver. Pope ver. It's not really that interesting of a... It's like a dad joke, but like, I think dad jokes even have points. William Paisley is still in the pits. He's been in the pits for 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Gio Gonzalez has just passed him. So Arcadian Motorsports is kind of out of this in terms of staying with the GTPs. Hyperion Racing 6 of Eddie A. Layton, it's second in the LMP2s. It's got a little bit ways to go to catch up to this, but he will be passing to take an overall position away from a GTP. And as it stands, it looks like he's still going to be able to do that as he crosses the start straight. There he goes ahead, gaining a spot. And Callum Farley did get passed for P4. momentarily, but is it going to be able to hold on to this? Ooh, they almost coming together there. They came together. Long one. Geez. Casca's out just ahead again. And it looks like the 2-1-2 Racing 2-1-2 car is going to be able to keep that position for now. And they both go ahead of William Paisley, who's still in the pits. Oh, so yeah, William Paisley, when he had that incident with Jesse Canales, that he received a meatball flag, so he's got some major damage. Lando Bot is here. Austin wins this. Schruber Racing for the gifted sub to Oscar Piastri Go. Oh, he's definitely better than Lando Norris. Schruber? Is it Schruber? I don't know. It's just a troll level comment there, Trey. Is it Schruber Racing? Like rubber? Schruber? Oh. Yeah. I don't have a stance for someone who has already said it. I just say it phonetically. Oh, pretty tough there for Callum Farley. Shrubbery. I don't think I've ever had to say shrubbery out loud, or I've never heard the word, or I don't think I've seen the word that have a set read it. I've heard it as a word, but never read shrubbery. No, I don't think I've ever read that word before. So, where's Shrew? Thought it was the like. I guess if a shrub would be that way. You know what? Shrubs. Yeah, shrubbery. Yeah, you know what? That makes it more sense when you just shorten it to shrubs. Look at me. This is a hooked on phonics lesson for me. Look at that. Stephen G. Parks of Four Local Racing Peach, still in this race, still out there. P14 for him. He's holding on strong. Gotta enjoy when a driver who's had multiple incidents, not of his own doing, by the way, I should point that out there. He's been attacked and accosted on this track by the other classes, still out there fighting and holding his own. Right now, he is up 5 positions from the start of this race. Still his closest battle on track, but another battle that is shaping up here is Austin J. McGill has about 8-9 laps to go before it is all over. 2.2 second gap to Camden Craft. On the last lap, he wasn't faster. Oh no, he was. He was actually a full second faster. Look at that. Rounding up on that one. No, I don't want to shrub. A shrub. Oh my gosh. You guys, You really do the Jason Scrubs thing, the whole Scrubs thing. No Scrubs. Yeah, okay. I want to think about that when I'm going to bed. That song popped up in my head. Now, what's very interesting is that he was 2.2 seconds back. It's now 2.3, 2.4. He needs to make laps like his previous more common. He's now 1.9. He cut a full second out of the time of Camden Craft on the last lap. Looking at this one, Camden Craft did the same last lap. 1/10 separation on that for these two. It is going to be very difficult for Austin J. McGill here to take P1 from Camden Craft. As long as Camden can keep the pressure up and keep those fast 132s up. He is just ahead as well. Austin's faster, but he has to pass the guided missile of Hyperion. Hyperion Racing 5 of Camden Craft is lapping fairly strong right now, as well as Austin J. McGill. That gap isn't really shrinking at this moment because whatever Camden is doing, it is working. He is maintaining the distance, which is 2 seconds. Even so far as to say it's more than 2 seconds. The relative on the right bottom is not going to be the most accurate, for sure. The one that you could really take a good look at is the one on the leaderboard. That 2.6 is fairly accurate. I don't expect this to come down to the wire. But if someone can do it, it's the two-time Oval Series champ from Canada, Austin J. McGill. I mean, he's getting closer, but it is lap 73, and he hasn't cut nearly enough time. This Peter Petrucci has gone into the pit lane. We've got some drivers who have splashed for the end of this race. They definitely are splashing because they don't have enough fuel for the end, and that is some of the GTs. But there are only 4 GTPs that are going to finish this race on the main lap here. That is Callum Farley of Match Set Racing just ahead. That Austin was flashing, letting him know he's there. If we go on board, we can see how close he actually is. He's 1.2 seconds back now to 1.1. He's almost a full second. That Powell Casca and the 212 car might have slowed him down just a slight amount, maybe a tenth. But it is definitely going to be something, because the driver who might win this race, Camden Craft, now has... Oh, and Powell Casca is going to be fighting a little bit almost looked like he was fighting Austin McGill through turn 9, but let him go in turn 10. And now a 1.2 second gap is where we're at with 5 laps to go. Everything else in this race has been truly decided. There is no other car on the grid that is going to be making crazy changes unless they go onto a drive-through penalty, crash out completely. As it stands, we see a man on a mission. He's got a 1 second gap under now, almost 9/10, and he is trying his best. And it looks like Matt Triff has gotten by, or let him by. Also, let Austin J. McGill by without a fuss. And we might have an actual battle with 5 laps to go. It's going to be almost 4 laps at this point. But here we go for the end of this race in the GTPs. Is it going to go to Austin J. McGill or Camden Craft? Hyperion Racing is already going to win the LMP2 class with Hyperion Racing 9 of Gio Gonzalez, Hyperion Racing 6 of Eddie A. Layton in P2 in the LMP2 class, Hyperion Racing 5 in first right now in the GTP class. And it just seems like he is chasing him down. He's got it down to almost 8/10 now with 4 laps to go. You think the traffic will play a big role? I mean, I'm sort of hoping so, because if it does, then we can see a slowage for Camden, for Austin J. McGill to catch up, and then we get ourselves a really strong race here at the end of this Le Mans Series round 3 at Watkins Glen. And back out, it looks like he's just been on a tear. He's about 8/10 back. It says 1.2. And Camden Craft on the last lap was 2/10 slower. And on this lap, as they cross the line, Austin McGill was slower by 4/10. That's where we're seeing this gap form, 1.6. 3 laps to go. Sure thing. Keep it on gyro. Nothing else is going to be happening on track. We will only get to see whether or not he's able to make this work. He's gained 2/10 through sector 1. But that's just about it. That might really hamper Richard Severa. Not his fault. He's following his own. He's following the racing line as he's supposed to. And this is it. This is it. Finishing. That is Camden Craft, who wins this race over Austin J. McGill. Barbecue Boys Jesse Canales has a little bit left to go. Uh, that lap count was off. That lap count was off. They didn't even have a safety car, so I'm not entirely sure why that was. It would have been a couple more laps to go, but Jessica Knowles takes over P3 there for the LMP2s. Christopher Chitterling, a little bit more ways to go, but people who have finished is Gio Gonzalez of the Hyperion Racing 9, Eddie Layton, Hyperion Racing 6 in second, and LMP2, Jason Chen in third, Powell Casca in fourth. Back over to Christopher Chitterling, but Callum Farley in P5 for Match Set Racing in the LMP2s. Parks De La Cruz is about to cross the line for the GT3 class, and he finishes first for the 212 Racing over. And Matt Benson somehow got a drop on Dominic Ford, and what I thought was kind of finishing, the 212s were going to finish 1-2. Now they're split by Matt Benson, who's finishing second in the Valhalla. This is also for the championship. He needed to finish ahead of Dominic Ford, and he has done so. So what a fantastic finish for him. Dominic Ford still out there. Going to finish in third. Darkwing Racing in fourth. Brandon Renfro in fifth. Jason Daly in sixth. Peter Petrucci in seven. Edison Toole in eight. Jamie Jen in 9, Lars Hios in 10, Michael Sharon in 11, Taylor Statham in 12, Cody Smith in 13, Stephen G. Parks in 14. Those are the ones that finished, and then everyone else, I will try to get those in if possible. Just a second, let me click over to the results. And bring these out. Did we win, Richard? The AM class. AM class. I'm not entirely sure. Darkwing Racing would have been the head drivers. Let me check. Darkwing Racing won. Richard Severa for P4 over the pros. Yeah. TR Racing, TNR Racing was in P2. Brandon Renfro. So great job there, Richard Severa. Back over. P1 through 4 in the GTPs already said, as well as the LMP2s. Parks De La Cruz won P1 in the GT3s. Darkwing Racing in fourth. TR Racing. All these people I said through Michael Sharon. As you can see here. Now these results are going to look a little bit stacked, but these are according to their class, not the overall. P12 for the GT3s was Echelon Simsport, Taylor Statham. William Paisley in 5th for the GTPs, Arcadian Motorsports. Cody Smith in 13th. Stephen G. Parks in 14th, GT3s. Elliot Burton in 6th for the GTPs. Ryan Serlick in 6th for the LMP2s. Bodie Parker in 15th for the GT3s. Matthew Wyckoff at 16th in the GT3s. LMP2 class for 7 and 8 is going to be R. Chase Berry and Ryan Miller the second and 8th. And then finishing it all off was Four Loco Racing, Sour Grape, Christopher DK Hoyt in 17, Rodney Phillips in 18, Jeff Caulfield in 19 in the GT3s. In the GTPs was really Rodrigo Theory in 7 and Mark Foley in 8. LMP2s was Matt Schriff in the Hyperion Racing 10 in LMP in the 9th place, and Payday Racing and Johnny Rapp in 10. That is all those drivers. That is a wrap. And also just a fantastic result. Congratulations to the AM class. Darkwing Racing, Richard Severa. 212 Racing of Parks De La Cruz for the Pro Class GT3s. No separation for the winners of Hyperion Racing 9 for Gio Gonzalez and LMP2s, and Camden Craft, who won over Austin J. McGill just barely. 1.3 seconds was the interval to those two at the end of the race. So, congratulations. Wrap or I revoke the Lando sub. Revoke the Lando sub. You're only hurting Noah, not me. Thank you, everybody, for joining me. And as always, we have the GT3 Sprint Championship that is going to be next week. I think round 5 or 6. I can't even remember. I think it's the final round of is next week, or is I believe it's no. I think round 5 is next week. I can't remember. One of the two. But there we have that. We have ARCA, the new ARCA cars for oval racing, and it's just strictly ovals only tomorrow. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as the multi-class for V's Rays on Thursdays, same time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, everybody, for joining me in the chat. Everybody from the Broken Wing Racing League, as well as anyone who wasn't a part of us, join our Discord and have fun. We're all pretty cool except for Justin. That's about it said in a nutshell there. Have a good night, everybody.